Hi everyone, this is a horror video from Rel Horror. Enjoy watching.
Stolen Cross. In 2008 we switched and moved to a new apartment. It is in the old neighborhood, in a house that was built by German prisoners of war. There used to be a church and a cemetery there. Most likely my house is in the place of the cemetery. Why did I think so? Just once I saw that the boulders propping up the janitor's booth were nothing more than two old cemetery monuments. I also learned that in Soviet times it had been a communal apartment. The people who used to live there were not very happy in their lives. Some of them were too withdrawn, others were drinking, and in the farthest room lived a woman with a mentally unhealthy son. I must say that her son died in the same apartment, slitting his wrists. Sometime later his mother also died of asphyxiation. She suffocated. They put it down to suicide. Now I'll tell you what happened to me in this apartment in a year. My sister had gotten married by that time and our room belonged only to me. First, my cross was missing. A very ordinary silver cross, with the face of Christ and the inscription "Save and Preserve." It went like this. I went to the bathroom and put all my jewelry, rings, earrings and a cross with everything on the table. In the morning, when I was getting ready for work, I did not find the cross on the table. Everything was there except it. In the evening of the same day, I tried again to find the cross, but unsuccessfully. In mild bewilderment, I went to bed at my usual time. I woke up around 2 in the morning. I remember that the room was bright, as if a night light was on. I lifted my head above the pillow and saw a white spot in front of my bed. I looked up and saw her. A woman in a white nightgown was standing in front of me, stretching her arms toward me. I looked into her eyes. They were empty and expressionless. Our eyes met, and then her face twisted into a grimace of hatred. At the same time, I felt like I couldn't breathe in or out. I felt as if I had a gag in my mouth. I tried to scream, but it didn't work. My tongue felt like it was under a pile of rocks. I tried to raise my hand to cross myself, it wouldn't work. And she looked at me gloating, just like that, gloating. I don't know how I did it, maybe God had mercy on me. Somehow, with difficulty, I was able to say, "Lord, help me." After that, I had enough strength to raise my hand to cross myself. The nightgown hissed. I began to whisper the Lord's Prayer. My heart was pounding frantically, and it felt like my eyes were being squeezed out of my orbits, and I even pressed my hands to my face to stop it. After a few seconds, when I rubbed my eyes, I couldn't see anyone. All that remained was some kind of smell, similar to that of an old rotten cellar. After catching my breath, I ran out to the kitchen, where I stayed until morning. I had been shaking all day. I could not even think of sharing this incident with anyone. They would take me for a psycho, but my family did not believe in such things. So in the evening I got some holy water and sprinkled it all over the room. With a candle in my hands I walked around the apartment, reciting prayers. I put an icon near my bed, and hung a crucifix on the wall above my head. For 3 days everything was quiet. And after 3 days, in the afternoon, I got brave and began to threaten the night visitor. Well, I said, "Bitch, if you do not give me the cross, you'll get. I will invite a priest and will consecrate the entire apartment." I went into the room a few minutes later, and there, in the middle, on the carpet, was my cross, with only the face of Christ and the words "Save and Preserve" erased. It was erased, not chipped off. The empty spot on the cross is there now, as if they had forgotten to write it. But we did consecrate the apartment. I didn't keep quiet and wait for her new visit. I remembered what the woman who lived in this apartment many years ago had died of.
Thank you for watching. Write comments and put likes.